folks. Got with me today Jack's scope. It's an IOR Terminator scope, and it's a 12 by 52 by 56 objective lens. It's a second focal plane scope, but it's really high-end scope. You'll notice I've got it on, not on the Air Wolf today, it's on Wolverine. The Air Wolf, I took it down to the range. It was doing really well on the range. When I come to chronographing it, it was over the limit. I think the rifle's probably had at least 5 owners, so somewhere down the line the actual electronics on it has been messed around with. The programming's all wrong. Luckily enough, as we do testing for Daystate anyway, was lucky enough to have Simon Cockayne come up. He tried it with one of the programmers that we'd got, but to no avail. It had been messed around with that much. It couldn't even reprogram it, so it's gone back to Daystate now, and it's going to have the master programmer on it, and it needs the firmware resetting and everything putting back to the way it should be, because it was pushing above the legal limit, and I didn't want that. But that's all being sorted now. This scope was on the rifle, and I was going to do a review for it, so I'll do that now. So as I say, really nice scope, German glass, high end. The suggested retail price is over £2,500. Optics Warehouse are doing these now for about £2,000. Some of you might say, well, that's really overkill for an air rifle. Probably is, but if you want a really nice scope, nice glass, it will do the job. I did expect that on a scope this price the parallaxing would be on the sidewall, but it's not. It's actually up the front here, and that parallax is from 7 meters out to infinity, and as you'd expect with a scope this size, it is designed for high powered rifles up to 50 caliber. It's got a massive big shock absorber spring on this side for that reason. But yeah, it is what it is. Really clear glass. I'll show you a view of the reticle tomorrow morning if I get any time. I do intend to go down early, cut the grass and shoot some slugs through it, some wild man slugs, and if I can, I'll try and get you a bird's eye view through the scope, but I can show you the reticle now and what it looks like. If you see on that side, it's got 2 buttons for illuminating it, and all it illuminates is the centre dot between the 2 crosses within the reticle, so we're really fine and pinpointed. Let's say it's a 12 to 52 times magnification, so 12 times, even on the lowest setting, you're pretty good for normal shooting out to 50 yards. But with a 52 you can really zero it in and see what you're looking at. So then, going into the specs of the turrets and things. Overall, it's a second focal plane scope. The main tube, as you can see, it's quite big, is 40mm. From what Jack tells me, the 2 scope rings on it, I think he got those with the rifle as part of the package. I think it should have been 200 or 300 quid, but I think that came in the price actually. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure that's what he said. Quite a big scope just looking at it. It's got 100 minute of aim, of internal adjustment through the massive rings on it, on top and on the windage side. Fast focus on the rear, really nice and easy to move, but not too easy that it's going to move on its own. Plus and minus for your eye focus. Big magnification scope ring on the side. And what's special about this one is when you get to from the 12 times mag where it starts off at, when you get to 14.4 magnification, there's a slight click when you get to it, and it's coloured in blue on the reticle, and that is basically half a mil rad. As I say, that's 14.4 magnification. Right, when you get to click 26 times mag, that's in red, and that'll give you a minute of aim, and that's at 26 times. And going past, that's marked in red. Going past that you get to the maximum of 52 times, and that brings you down to half a minute of aim. So all in all, quite a bit of adjustment here, different settings, but it is marked off in the blue and the red, and it tells you at 14.4 on the scope, half mil rad, and it tells you a minute of aim at 26, and back to half minute of aim at 52. So at least you know what you should be looking at. So that is the magnification ring and the eye relief at the back end. So up the front you've got the actual adjustment for the magnification. As I say, that starts at 7 meters and goes all the way out to infinity. So as you can see, all in all, nice scope. You'd expect it to be. You saw how it performed on the Air Wolf, but tomorrow you'll see how it performs on the Wolverine. So I'll be using some Wildman slugs, and I'll be using them out to 100 yards just to see how well it does. I actually did do some 100-yard slug tests with the Air Wolf, and hitting the target at 100 yards every shot. Trouble is I forgot to switch the target end camera on, so I couldn't show you that in the video, but you'll get to see that tomorrow, and you'll also get to see some bird's eye view down the scope as I'm shooting it as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.